everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm David's older brother, Michael. And for that, I sincerely apologize. Because if you're like me and you really appreciate a good best man speech, then you know that ones delivered by older siblings are always and without exception terrible. Whether they're self-centered, too long, or full of thinly veiled childhood resentments, best saved for family therapy, there's just something about them that makes you scan the room to identify which of the groom's friends would have been way better candidates, if not for the pesky obligation. Well, tonight, dear guests, their names are John, Tom, Tim, Brandon, Alex. They're sitting right over here. This speech will be no different. But I think that you will see that there's a darn good reason for my resentment. It just might not come exactly from what you suspect. You see, the first time I met David, it was 1984. When I was told that even though this David had come out but first, I was told I was lucky to have a David. Did I feel lucky that I had this bright and smiley, tow-headed, blonde gem of a brother who everyone just loved and doted on her? Maybe did I feel resentful? Well, it's actually neither. As a matter of fact, I felt murderous rage. But not a David, no. I felt rage toward any doctor that would prick the foot of my baby brother's standard blood test. My ass, you made David cry, now you're gonna die. I felt protected. And why would I need to be the center of attention when I was the center of a new attention? David's. The perfect playmate had been smelted in a laboratory with bones made of adamantium and the inability to say no. That was David. During the course of our childhood, David was shot with fully automatic rubber band guns, strapped to rollerblades without brakes while towing off a family dog hell-bent on achieving the terminal velocity of a Brittany Spaniel. And in our attempts at reenacting the liquid metal villain of Terminator 2, David and I had spilled more liquid mercury into the carpet of our home than exists in all of us here's thermostats combined. Thank you, Dan Titchener. But being an older sibling puts you in a strange competition where if you're bested by somebody significantly younger than you, it hurts. And in my childhood, I measured my entire worth by how good I was at things because I wanted more than anything to be impressive to David. I wanted him to think I was larger than life so badly that when I was the shortest kid in my class and he and my mom would come to pick me up in the carpool, I would stand far from my taller friend so that he wouldn't be able to tell. And it turned out my instincts were right, because this man, this golden child, this chosen white sheep of the Plesha clan, had no plans of stopping at 6 foot tall. And now, whenever his name comes up, I have to hear that my brother is the most gifted, nicest, cutest, artistic, talented, good at everything he touches, chiseled jawline, abs like Tyler Durden, right stuff kind of guy. I mean, the weekly farm newsletter he writes borders on Hemingway class prose. His piano performances of Beethoven could make you cry. Just don't take hockey from me, David. Are you still in it? And then, before one of his games in high school, he said he'd dedicate a goal to me. Before the game. And then he scored. Right after somebody in the bleachers told me he was the highest scorer in the league. A fact that had probably been kept from me out of compassion for my ego. It's like that joke on the internet that shows a picture of a triangle and in the corners it says, emotionally stable, good-looking, intelligent, pick 2. Well, David not only became that whole triangle, he could draw a perfect triangle freehand. So, as you can see, I had every reason to be resentful. But was I? No, not an ounce. Are you kidding me? To get to bask in the proximity of such a rock star was thrilling. I admire him so much, and besides, he never rubbed it in. Why? Because as one of the most giving and emotionally intelligent souls on the planet, he's far too nice to do such a thing. After all, David's greatest talent is, of course, his heart. It was David's unconditional love and his modeling of what a huge heart looks like that taught me how to love myself, so that I in turn could love others, starting with him. A couple weeks after we learned of his diagnosis of stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma, and after I had sat in my car crying my eyes out before gaining my composure to talk to him, he asked me on the phone, "How are you doing with all this, Michael? I know this must be very hard for you." That capacity for selfless love, even as he was dealing with so much, will stay with me the rest of my life. Today I know I'm so lucky to be an older sibling who can say it's my younger sibling's mentorship that I cherish most. David's goodness extended to the large and small, like helping him to build a giant 10,000 square foot meditation pagoda, and caring for the little plants in his windowsill, or very importantly, to his own self-care, like meditating for 10 days without speaking so he could be better to people. Like the time his friend didn't have a Halloween costume, so he stayed up late to make her one. He even ran for student council just to give back to the community he cared so much about, and now he does it by helping feed this community with biodynamic farming models he studied in Argentina. If he couldn't get any better, after David's speech at my wedding, all night long, while mingling with guests, I had to hear that his best man speech was so witty, and his roasting of me so ruthless, and the meaning so poignant. It was the best toast many people had ever heard. That's right. During what was supposed to go down as one of the greatest memories of my life, my wedding, David gave a speech that was, sorry Nicole, better than my actual wedding. But a realization started to wash over me as I prepared for this speech. I realized that when I gave this speech, the one I'm giving right now, I would absolutely bomb because of a single irreconcilable truth. That as subject matters for best man speeches go, I was very interesting and David is very boring. It dawned on me that it was David's lifelong plan to be so irreproachably good that I would be humiliated today. Hope you're happy, Dave. Which brings me to Kata, my brother's accomplice in all of this. What can I say? She's even more good than David. Cuter, funnier, smarter, more artistic, and so emotionally stable that if David is that internet triangle meme, then Kata's a damn octagon. I knew that if I was going to answer David's brutal roast of me, I would have to resort to something drastic. So I unleashed a competitive side that had been dormant in me for over 30 years. I began sourcing dirt on my brother from all corners of his past. I turned his forgotten friends into back alley informants. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I was not going to go down with a fight, and now I have the goods. Firstly, Kate, I have to say, I'm sorry, this is not going to be easy to say, and I know it's not going to be easy to hear, so just want you to know, nobody here is going to fault you for reconsidering the vows you made today after hearing what's on this list. And here goes, the top 10 reasons why you should not have just married my brother. Data, you should know that in high school, David was a muscle car driving, unfiltered cigarette smoking bro with leopard print sheets. He wore so much hair product, he was but one dollop of American Crew hair fiber away from having a waterbed with velvet. What did he install in that Ford Mustang? A Chevy engine. Blasphemy. Remember that meditation temple he helped build? He went there to meet girls. Don't worry, he didn't get far because David has so little game. He forgot at the temple nobody is allowed to speak. How do you hit on someone if you can't speak? During periods when he himself was purportedly sitting in silence for 10 days while eating that very temple's free food, David admitted that instead of meditating, he was actually writing disturbing post-apocalyptic science fiction novels in his head and then transcribing them with pencils he smuggled in. Zen Buddha, huh? Where people just assume that David is communing with vegetables while listening to Tibetan moon chanters in these bucolic fields, David is actually subjecting his own farm employees to month-long lectures about how the writer of Britney Spears' hit, Hit Me Baby One More Time, is this modern era's Mozart. So much for his musical talent and refined taste. Oh, and those beautiful vegetables that you grow together? He doesn't eat them because he's the only beyond organic farmer fueled solely by cheese quesadillas and gluten. Remember that altruistic run for Students' Council? Turns out that for his campaign, David was so sure of his election nomination in a flagrant disregard for democracy, he dressed up as an 8-foot-tall banana, and the only words in his speech to the entire student body was, "I am a banana." And David, please don't blame it on, oh, it was a different time. Hashtag not all bananas.
So the line was, I'm going bananas for student council. And that was Brendan's idea.
My sources failed. Oh, I'm glad we're having fun this week. It's dark, Kata, huh? When David cuts his own hair. So cocky he is. Instead of looking into a mirror for reference, he looks at Google images of David Beckham for inspiration. Just let that sink in, Kata. The cute shrubs he watered by his windowsill, hallucinogens. This is the same man who waited so long, you were forced to ask him out. Look at you. That fact alone reframes any theories about his intelligence. And don't get me started about his emotional sensitivity. Remember that sweet Halloween costume you made for a friend? Well, he sent her to school dressed as a post-apocalyptic bounty hunter adorned with giant serrated knives. Not just any knives, but the kinds of weapons you buy at shady strip malls for the sole purpose of murdering Klingons. How did he get it past school security shortly after Columbine? Well, Kata, I can only assume he did it the same way he got past suckers like you and me, with big words and stellar orthodontia. That goal he dedicated to me, he scored it by pulling a move called the Michigan, a move so abhorrent it's known in hockey as the equivalent to a Mortal Kombat humiliation move, and the goalie was special needs. Those babbling brooks he camps next to, it's not just his spirit he's cleansing, he uses them to give himself freshwater enemas. And the number one reason why you should not have just married my brother, he used to be a trans DJ. There's more, but I think we've all heard enough. I don't want to completely ruin the evening with these startling revelations. I think I hear some people weeping. I mean, there's really nothing to say other than I think we should just all, maybe instead of holding our glasses up for a toast, I think we should all just down whatever is in our glasses. Kata, I want you to know, when you do decide you can't stay married to this man even for one more day, I will still consider you a sister because we're forever bonded by this deep con that was done to us. I feel cheated too. Unless, of course, you do decide to stay with him, then wow, either you are the most improbably amazing, loving, loyal, dedicated person I could have ever imagined my brother sharing his life with, or you're the most improbably amazing, loving, loyal, dedicated employee that Make-A-Wish Foundation ever trained up. Let's all raise a glass to David, Kata, question mark? Exclamation mark, David,